It's been quite an amazing journey, actually. 2 years ago, I convened a meeting of kind of experts and said, we've got these concerns about Windermere. The community needs some hard facts, and could we develop a citizen science project for Windermere to kind of confuse the issue with a few facts, really, and be able to put numbers and trends on what is actually happening in water quality. So a team of scientists, including our own fellows, scientific fellows, came up and developed this framework and this methodology and analysis for not just sampling the lake, but taking a catchment wide approach. But also the key with the survey is the analysis. And the analysis is undertaken by accredited labs in partnership with Lancaster University and a number of other science partners. So the data that is coming out of this survey is robust. And it's also open access. So we put our analysis on it, but if others want to have a look at that data and see it from their own perspective, they're very welcome to do that.
Windermere, England's largest lake, it must be a nightmare to work out how to get accurate samples from all around, corners. Yeah. How have you done it?
Well, it's one of these tricky ones, really. So we set off with the kind of blue sky thinking approach. How many sites would we do? What is reasonable? You have to think about resources and costings, and obviously numbers of people that might want to participate. So we came up with a framework of around about 100 sites, not just on Windermere. There are 60, 70 sites on Windermere, but we also do the other lakes in the catchment and all of the inputs in terms of the tributaries into the lake as well.
And you've recruited people like me.
Yeah, it's been an amazing story, really. I mean, when we had the first survey last year, we really didn't know if people would be wanting to get involved. And I think we had about 70, 80 at the first Windermere survey, and it's kind of grown from there. But what I think is really encouraging is that volunteers are staying with us because they see a value in what we're doing, and we've had this thank you event today, and we're able to communicate what the science and the trends is showing in that first year. But also it's really important to give people the opportunity to interrogate us, ask us questions, share their observations, because this whole project is about citizens and their concerns about the lake, and we have to use this data to help drive better and faster decisions to make this place better than it was before we started. And that's the whole point of citizen science.
And in terms of what you were saying this morning, numbers of people involved, quantity of water, hours of time, voluntary time, just tell us how much has happened.
The statistics are impressive. So I think we've had 2,500 samples taken for analysis. There's been 300 volunteers going out on the surveys. We have got around about 1,000 hours of volunteer time, and also I think it's 600 litres of water has been analysed, and that's really impressive. I think I know the programme is the UK's largest citizen science project of its type in the UK. It's a fantastic initiative, and we've only just started on the process, and now we're looking for further investment to carry on those surveys for many years to come.
It is amazing from standing start to get over 100 people or 300 people in total volunteers. Yeah. It's incredible. We've been meeting a few of them this morning. They're all saying why they get involved, because they swim or they paddleboard or whatever. But they're all saying that the hope is that the information is used and put to good use. I guess that's your hope too, isn't it?
Yeah, there's two elements to this, really. There's one, confusing the issue with a few facts, as I keep saying, giving people that baseline of accurate knowledge that's from a trustworthy source, so people can start to make their own value judgments about what's happening on the lake. And then the second part of that is the data that we're obtaining, and the analysis is then used to we take that to other partners around Windermere and the Love Windermere Partnership, who have the power and the investment to make those interventions and target those interventions in the right place to hopefully improve water quality, but most importantly, improving the ecology of the lake.
And because you've got that wealth of knowledge going back to the 20s, as you say, it's quite a time, you're ideally placed to be that font of knowledge and to say, just a second, we're seeing this is the action you should take. But you can't do it on your own, can't you? Which is why you mentioned the partnership, Love Windermere Partnership. How vital do you think it is that partners within that do their bit?
Yeah, we've all got a role to play, whether you're a citizen around the lake, whether you're a commercial operator, whether you own a wastewater treatment plant. commercial tourism. We all have a role to play here, and I think it's really important that we can all understand what our role is and where we can generate that impact with the resources and the knowledge we have. So we have a Love Windermere partnership with core partners around that, but I think the partnership is bigger than that. So we have a number of other partners around there involving communities that want to and can be part of driving the solutions to make this place better.
So professionally, obviously, you've got a vested interest in the welfare of the lake, but personally as well, you love Windermere, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I fish in it, I swim in it, I kayak in it. I love the lake and its heritage. It's a really important place. You know, economically, it's incredibly important to people of Cumbria. And you know, my hopes for the future is, you know, not only just the Big Windermere Survey, but the efforts that I hope to see on this lake will assure the future of the lake for many generations. It's a big task. This is not a quick fix. This is I think it's a 30-year challenge on Windermere. But what I do know is we have to have a way of bringing folk together to have the right conversations in the right place to target that investment to get the best results.